Welcome back to Good Things. Don't forget you can watch Good Things. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalkTV.com. Many of you watched our next guest on season 23 of The Voice, Miss Holly Brand. Remember, she made it top 8, and she ain't down and out. She's up and coming and still up to some good things. Hey, Holly.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Doing well. It feels like just yesterday, which I'm sure it feels like a whirlwind to you, that we had you on Good Things talking about the excitement with The Voice. Now you're back home and sort of that chapter has closed. But how does it feel to now sort of have had a breath and reflecting on everything that happened?
It's honestly just been just an absolute whirlwind. I feel like everything kind of happened overnight. I've really been working with The Voice for about a year now. And if you would have told me that I would have made it to this live semifinals on Team Kelly this time last year as I was doing like my first interviews with casting producers, I probably would not have believed you. But, it's just been so incredible, and I've been so appreciative of just all the support of not only the entire state of Mississippi, but just my hometown and, the people that I love and call family. So I've just been really, really blessed, honestly, to have this experience and to have the support system.
Which, it still is a game show, or I guess a challenge or a game or competition is a better word for it. So there's only can be one winner. But one thing I've learned talking to all of you contestants on the different sort of platforms, each time you just advance, you're genuinely surprised. And so it's almost like, there's a sense of disappointment because, everybody gets into a competition. They would love to win. But you guys really seem to excel and live in that moment because you never know it's going to end for everybody else other than one. How did that sort of relate as you sort of went up to also your time on the stage for Miss Mississippi?
Yeah, when you're in a competition environment, of course you want to win. I think everybody would love to win and would love to have that experience. But, it's one of those things where with The Voice, you don't have to win the show to really win, if that makes sense. Like you gain something from competing, to be on The Voice, to be able to have that many performances on national television, that's a lot of exposure. And now I've kind of gained a following and a fan base, if you will, and to be able to work with somebody like Kelly Clarkson and to now have that connection, like that's a win in and of itself. So you really don't have to be named the winner to gain something. And Miss America and Miss Mississippi, it's the same thing. If you don't win the crown, you still walk away with something, whether it's a new skill, scholarship dollars to pursue your education, a new friendship. There's always something to gain, even if you're not named the winner.
I love that, which encourages us all to still just, get on that path, take the risk. Even if you don't come out the full winner, there's so many things you can learn and gain throughout the entire journey. But you did journey back home to Meridian, Mississippi. I know opened arms and welcomed you back, or maybe you're not in Meridian, but that's hometown for you. What's it been like since you've been home?
It's been amazing. I, of course, was just a little bit disappointed to not make it to the finale, as I think anybody would be. And when I came home the next day, people in the airport were stopping me and talking to me about the show and how proud they were of me, and I got to take a bunch of pictures. And, since I've been back home working in the boutique, I've been able to sign some autographs, so that's been really cool. But really just the support has been overwhelming in such a positive way, and that's really all that you can hope for in a situation like this, to come back home from that and to have, your entire community just to be so proud of you. It's really all that you could ask for.
So what's next for you, Holly? Is there a single or pursuing music in a different way in the works for you, or maybe using this new platform and creative moment to take a different direction?
Right now I'm just really soaking everything in, and I'm allowing myself to take a breather for a minute. But, the plan is to pursue music full time, hopefully in Nashville. But, I'm really praying about it and ensuring that I'm following what the Lord has for me. And I know that that's music, but have some opportunities that I'm really excited to pursue, and I can't wait to tell everybody about it.
Well, I hope Good Things is one of the first places you do that. I would like to say you need to start a boot brand. I don't know how you do that or what would be in the in the works for that, but I feel like every night you got on the stage there, whether it was live or not on The Voice, your fashion was on point. I always thought, what cute boots she has on. Now, I probably would never wear them in real life, but but I feel like she needs a boot brand
all the time. It's kind of like my thing.
Well, you just tuck that in the back of your head there, and when it happens, I just want the first pair, right? Like I just need a free pair of boots from the Holly brand.
Oh yeah,
Boot
I'll
brand
be
for
calling
sure.
you first for sure.
You talk about when I think about all the different singing competitions out there, it does feel like The Voice is one that does a better job of developing their artists as part of the process than some of the others. And I mean, that's just my limited knowledge from watching. Do you feel like any of your, I guess, perspectives on what genre or your style of music, has any of that changed or evolved since going through and being coached by Kelly, or is it just sort of reinforced what you knew when you stepped on the stage for the first time?
Honestly, I think it's a mix of both. I've always been drawn to country music. That's what I grew up on. I grew up on country and also Christian music as well, because I grew up in church, and that's the first place that I ever sang at was in church. And I was really grateful that during my time on the show, I was able to stay true to my values and what was important to me. But at the same time, working with somebody like Kelly, she really did change my perspective and helped me trust myself a little bit more. And she helped me realize, my voice. That was something that I didn't really have a ton of confidence in. I've always loved singing and always wanted to do the voice, but really struggled with not feeling like I was good enough to do something like that. And so working with Kelly has really boosted my confidence a lot and helps me get a new perspective of when I'm on stage, when I'm performing, just to not think too much about it, just to do what I've practiced, kind of like muscle memory, and really just to go for it and have a good time and really just to try new things. Throughout the show, she really pushed me outside of my comfort zone and to try things that I did not think that I was capable of, but she believed in me probably before I believed in myself. And that's something that I definitely want to take with me in country music or Christian music, whichever one I end up pursuing.
Will there be a time where we will get to see you back on any stage, local stage here in Mississippi, or anything in the future?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting booked for a lot of gigs right now, which is really exciting, and I'm getting a band together. So there's a lot of things coming up in the works that I'm really excited about, lots of performances back home in Mississippi and other places, too. So I'm really, really excited for everything that's coming from the show and really just this season of life that I'm in right now. It's really, really cool.
Well, at one point in time, June was a big month for you, and it's still a big month for many girls who will be headed to Vicksburg. It's Miss Mississippi month. I think it's June. I hope it's June. I feel like it's June.
It is.
And I was like, I've been doing this long enough. I'm pretty sure it's June. So will you be spending any time as they crown the next Miss Mississippi or still have connections with the organization?
Absolutely. Being Miss Mississippi really prepared me for my career in music and a competition like The Voice, and I don't think that I would be where I am without it. So I do have some gigs next week, but I'm very excited to be back in Vicksburg for the final night for the crowning of the new Miss Mississippi. And, I love my Vicksburg family. They mean so much to me, and I'm really excited just to spend some time with them and my former Miss Mississippi sisters and to welcome a new girl into the sisterhood.
How will it feel to be going to a major competition but not having to get up on the stage and sort of perform? You actually get to be a spectator this time.
I think this time I'll be able to go and just really just enjoy it and not have to worry about anything, not have to worry about competing, but just to go and just to relax and to support. It's really important when you're in an environment like that, if you're in the audience, to show that support and to make the person on stage feel comfortable. And so I'm really excited to be on the other side of things this time, but just to go and just to cheer every single girl on.
And what would be your advice to those that may be headed to Vicksburg? We've got lots of the contenders who have been, guests here on Good Things and who are fans of the show. What would be your last-minute advice as a former Miss Mississippian for the day, for the big week? Oh, it's really a week. It's a culmination of smaller competitions.
There's lots of things that I could say going into Miss Mississippi week, but I think the main thing for me is something that I wish that I would have done the year that I won Miss Mississippi was just to soak in every single moment. And I know that sounds cliche because I feel like pageant girls hear that a lot, just enjoy it, just soak it all in. It's hard to do that when you've been preparing for something for months and you envision it going a certain way and you want it to go a certain way, but you're nervous because a lot of things could go wrong. And so you kind of built this thing up in your head for so long and you've been preparing and you want it to go a certain way. It's really hard to relax and just to enjoy it and not worry about things. Really just take the time in the dressing room and the downtime that you have. Get to know the girls that you're competing with. These are people that you're going to be friends with for the rest of your life. I mean, the maid of honor in my wedding is actually somebody that I met through pageantry. So you never know who you're going to meet and what you're going to gain from this experience, even if you don't win. And so the best advice that I could give is just, try not to worry too much. Trust yourself. Trust your preparation. You've got this, and just enjoy every single moment, because there's only one time that you're going to be able to be involved in something like Miss Mississippi as a competitor.
Well, Holly Brand, I appreciate your time here. Everybody go follow her, stay up to date. You're welcome back anytime, and thank you, girl.
Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
All right, stick with us.